I'm your boy Mush King. You already know, I got a story to tell.
Hey, what it is, boys and girls. Welcome back to A Story to Tell, a show where I like to tell crazy stories of my life and crazy stories of internet. You can only find the show right here on the CWF Network. We bring you the big content in the small pieces. What is up, everybody? I know it's been a while. But if you've been following me lately, then you know I've just been through some things, and like I haven't done a full episode since November, I want to say. And so, I just wanted to come back to you. I am coming to you on video now, as you can see, which is probably one of the things that took me so long, but we'll get into all that. Just be sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel, CWF Network YouTube channel. Subscribe on all listening platforms where you can listen to the show, and welcome back. Let's get into it. So now, like, probably the last time you guys heard from me was December of 2022. And if you are a frequent listener, then you listened to me during the beginning of December, and I had told you that I was trying to do a podcast episode every day up until Christmas. I believe that I got up until like 11 days, and then all of a sudden I just went ghost. Now, let me just get into this real quick. Now, to bring you guys up to speed, last year, November, at the end of November, like November 28th or something like that, our apartment building had came to us and basically said, it was just the day before Thanksgiving, around 3 o'clock. 3 o'clock on the day before Thanksgiving. Now, y'all know everything closes and stuff like that. So the apartment complex comes to us and said, hey, listen, by the way, the sheriff will be here on Tuesday, so you guys can move out. Wait, excuse me? So I'm thinking I'm going to be able to handle it. Thursday was Thanksgiving. Friday is Thanksgiving the day after. So a lot of things don't happen that day because a lot of things are closed. And then so on that Tuesday, we had to get a U-Haul, and the sheriff came and basically kicked us out. And we were living in a hotel for 46 days. Now, the 46 days is the reason that you guys haven't seen me. Like, although, it's now almost June, it's May, the end of May. We were able to get into an apartment around January, like the middle of January. So we've been rocking out in this apartment for a couple months now, maybe like 4 months now. But the mental stuff that I went through while being in that hotel for those 2 months, like, it was rough. And I didn't know how rough it was until we got out and I was trying to get back on my feet, trying to get back to everything. And the biggest lesson that I learned from that is just like, listening to people talk to us, like, they haven't heard from us, so then they think we're being shady. And it's just like, bro, like, honestly, like, that's just a situation, we didn't see ourselves in. I definitely ain't see myself in. So it was just a little bit draining as to everything that went on. But then you realize how selfish people can be sometimes, especially in this day and age when everybody has shit going on. And it's just like, sometimes you just gotta duck down low, put your head down, and just keep pushing forward. Like, and that's exactly what I was trying to do. But people do take that in an offensive way. And so I just wanted to come on here and tell you guys for all that. So shout out to everybody who sent messages and like reached out to me, because a lot of the times, like, when it comes to me going through things, it'd be a lot of the strangers on the internet that will reach out and be like, hey, haven't heard the show in a while, like, you good and everything. So, even though I was better because we were back in a spot, like, I just couldn't get there mentally. I didn't feel socially ready to come back to doing the show or running the network. And it's just crazy. It's just crazy. But we're back, we're in our own space again. Like, we learned some things and all of that. Y'all like my new glasses? I'm still trying to figure out if I like them or not, but we'll see. Anyways, how have you guys been? Like, what's been up? I wanted to come back on video because it's just like this network, I've been running audio only on YouTube for a minute, and I feel like, I was a little behind on the video game. And it's just like, essentially, I've always said that if you do video, you're just a YouTuber. But now everybody's doing video on podcasts and clips and stuff like that. And I want to join the party. So, I was really just waiting for the right camera so I can get started. Now, let me tell you something. This isn't the perfect camera, but it's a camera that helped me feel a little bit more comfortable about putting stuff out. Like that original webcam that I had, that's probably one of the first webcams. No, I'm lying. Not one of the first, but it's definitely a webcam that I had for a minute. So I finally was able to get this, And then, now I am here trying to bring you the video of everything and whatnot. So hopefully you guys like it. Hopefully you'll see the progress over time, and hopefully you'll come back and support and subscribe and all that other stuff, all that good stuff. So speaking of the internet, y'all, why did I get scammed? Like, those little things about like what I bought, what I ordered versus what I got. Like, I definitely have had incidences in the past where I've seen things, especially on Instagram ads. Instagram ads will just let you know, like, oh, hey, buy this little. The last time it was a lap desk that I could use is when the pandemic first started. I was like, oh, I'm gonna get this lap desk and da 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 da. Yo, that thing came, it was 3 slabs of wood. Not even lying to you. It was 3 slabs of wood, but what I looked at online was like it sits on your lap and then it tilts. It had a cup holder and a pen holder for your pen. So I was like, ooh, I could like do my work on the couch without feeling sleepy. Y'all, 3 slabs of wood, and all it does is just prop your laptop up so you can type a little better. But the picture that they described it with was not what I got. And so, a couple weeks ago, I was perusing the internet and Dare had showed me. He was like, oh, look at this furniture website. So I seen the furniture website and like I looked at it and it looked legit. Now, let me tell y'all something. The prices did look bogus. The prices definitely look bogus as fuck on the website. But the website, it was a standard website. It looked like it was a good idea. So in the process of me trying to pay for it, I tried to use my bank card and it wasn't working. And then so I tried to transfer it to like Apple Pay and pay like that, but that wasn't working either. So I transferred the money to Cash App and paid via Cash App. Now Cash App just let it go through. And I'm just like, why the fuck was my bank letting me pay with this damn card? So anywho, I just, ordered it with my Cash App card and just waited a few days. Now, because I knew it was somewhat bogus, I wanted to like send the email out so I can try to get some email confirmation that they were going to send this out. So I emailed them once, didn't get anything back for like 2 days. And so I emailed them again and I'm like, okay. So then I went on the website, found like a different email and tried to email that. Yo, why the email bounced back to me saying that the email address didn't exist. So the email address didn't exist. The website was bogus. And then when I went back a second time, I was looking at the website and I was just like, bro, this website don't look real. Like that shit just real. It looked like the most botched website ever, which I didn't see the first time around. But so, now it's been like 3-4 weeks and I'm reaching out to Cash App to dispute the claim because I never received the product. I never received a response from the company. And so I'm like, okay, cool. Like I'm gonna get my money back. Now, mind you, it's only $50. Like I'm not gonna go crazy over $50, but it's the principality of it all. Like I still want my bread or I still want what I ordered. Now, what I ordered, guys, it was like a dining room table. Said it was like $49. I don't know. I didn't believe it, but I just want to try it out. And I was like, well, if it don't go through, I can always get my money back. Yo, Cash App, I disputed this thing 3 times and Cash App has denied me each time saying that the purchase was legit. And I'm like, how is it legit? I done sent you screenshots of me reaching out to the company, getting no response back. I've sent you copies of the email bounce back. I've sent copies of the fake email address that is up there, and still 3 times they're still denying it. And they said that they're not going to do any more disputes for that particular situation. So now I'm just like, well, what the fuck am I supposed to do now? Like, so that made me real weary about like Cash App and like, how Instagram and Facebook, they're able to like have these ads up there with these companies that really don't exist. And it's just like, it's just crazy the amount of scams, and like I should be able to get my money back. And that's why when people tell me like when I like do shit with PayPal, my friend's like, oh, you still use PayPal? Yes, because like with PayPal, they're gonna give you your money back. Like you're gonna get your money back. They're gonna investigate it, and then they're more than likely gonna give you the money back, so you'll be able to to purchase safely out here in these streets, because like they just doing whatever they want, however they want, and then you're stuck with the repercussions and not being able to get a refund. So that's just been crazy. But guys, I really like I said, I'm just trying to jump back into the groove of getting back into the recording and being on camera and being like recording ready. it was a long break, but it was a much needed break. But it's something that I want to continue to do. And the last thing, like in the catch up I want to talk about is like Atlanta. Like Atlanta is one of the only places that I've lived where like, you have to follow up on things. Like you call a doctor's office, you got to call the doctor's office back to make sure it's there. The other day, like I booked a dentist appointment. I drove all the way across town to go to the dentist appointment. And I get there and they're just like, oh, you didn't get a text that the office was closed today? No, I didn't get. Oh, you should have received one, but I didn't. Oh, well, the doctor had an emergency, and so he had to reschedule all his appointments. I'm like, okay, like, so no one was gonna tell me, like, the whole situation with the apartment, like, we were waiting for a response from the building we lived in, plus um the rental assistance program. Never heard back from none of them. The program ended months before we even heard a decision, and no one told us. Like the building said that they were waiting for the program. The program said that they were waiting for the building. And it's just like we were sitting there all summer just maxing and relaxing, not really knowing what the next steps were to take. And so like, even when I like call the pharmacy for prescriptions, it's just like I have to call 6, 7 times. Like I ordered it last Thursday. I didn't get it until the following Thursday again. Like, why do I have to call and find out every single time? Like, oh my goodness, when I was gonna do a car rental, called the car rental and called them. They were like, oh, we don't do same day rentals at a car rental agency dealership. Like, you don't have same day rentals? Like, what? I was just like, bro, like, when the fuck did all this shit happen? Like, and no one cares. And sometimes I don't even know if it's like the pandemic or if it's just the way people are down here. Like, and that's the thing that I can't really decipher because I don't know what life was like before the pandemic here. And so I don't really have nothing to compare it to. So that is that. But I really hope you guys are happy that your boy is back. More stuff to come. Like, I want to build a set, I want to build all of these things, and hopefully you're here to rock out with me. I am trying to do my best to be on camera. Like I said, like mentally, I've just been trying to get back to where I used to be. But the question is like, will we ever get back to where we used to be? Like, are we permanently affected by the pandemic and everything that has been going on? Like, the world is crazy. The world is crazy. And the more you look at the news, you just see it like, sheesh, I don't know who to believe, what to believe, or where to stand on anything these days, because it's just like everybody's just so flip-floppy with the morals and stuff like that. But we're not going to waste too much time here. We're going to go ahead and get into the purple little bag. Let's go. All right, folks, we are in the Purple Little Bag, the section of the show where we like to discuss music and everything that goes along with it. If you're new here, the Purple Little Bag was a bag that my parents carried when I was a kid, when they used to go to the park and stuff, and that's where they used to hold all their cassette tapes. So I always think of the purple little lunch bag whenever I think about music and everything that is going on with music. So there's a little music section of the show, and I just want to sit here and talk about all of the good stuff that has been coming out in 2023. I just feel like since I've been gone, it's just been so much music and everything that has been coming out. So I'm here to discuss. But before we get into that, remember to be sure to subscribe to the Mush King Life and Times playlist on Spotify. I mean, if you're not doing that, then what are you doing? Because that's exactly where I put all the songs of things that I'm going through in my life. I put them up on that playlist, and I have been building that playlist since like 2010, I believe, maybe 2012. I can't remember when, but it goes back a long time, and the different stages of the playlist are different versions of me, different places I've lived, different song references of things I was going through. So, the shit is a vibe. And normally I like to put it on and then put it on random. There's a whole lot of skipping because some of them songs I'm like, why did I add this? But it just helps me remember the time that I was in. So let's get into it. What have you been listening to in 2023? Like, are you hip hop? Are you R&B? Is there a difference in between the two? Because now I feel like the singers are rapping and the rappers are singing. But I have to say, like, 2023 has been a good year for music, by the way. But how much of the music that you're listening to inspired by TikTok? Now, when I say that, I mean like, the thing about TikTok, you'll be sitting there and you'll hear a song or you'll hear a clip over and over because everybody's doing it. Everybody's doing it. But then you'll get in the car and like you'll just be listening like, oh wow, this is the whole song to that clip because you just keep hearing the clip. And so it makes you know the song. But then you'll hear the song, but you don't know who it is because you heard it off TikTok. Like it's like a weird thing. But I guess if you're like a musician now or someone who's trying to be an artist, I guess that's a great thing. Like you blowing up off of TikTok. And a lot of times, like those songs are being concreted in our brain. And so that's the reason why you're like, oh, I like the song. But do you really know the song? Like the one song that stands out with that whole TikTok thing is like the Cuff It song. Like I like by Beyonce, for those, who don't know. But the original Cuff It, like the fast one, I was like, oh, this is a nice little song. Like it wasn't my standout. It wasn't my standout on the internet. I mean, it wasn't a standout on her album, but once the internet started playing the slow version, like the remix version, I was like, oh, this is so much better. But it's a song that I learned through TikTok. Like you see the dances, you see the routines, you see the skits or whatever. But I just think it's so cool how, you could just be online, being yourself, and still being able to create all this creative stuff that these people on TikTok are creating. Like, do you think it should be banned? And if it is banned, like what is the next platform? I feel like even the last time that I spoke on the show, I was speaking about like TikTok and them banning it and things like that. And it's just like, we already see one state where TikTok is banned. And it's just like, how does that affect like creators and like those who are making money from that? Like, what is the new app that's going to be available if TikTok is shut down? Because the one thing is I did try to fight TikTok for a really long time, but when I got on there and realized how much stuff you can learn, how much interesting stuff. Now, let me tell you something. Those those TikTok live section of TikTok, yo, some of the weirdest characters you will see, but it's just like, yo, people all over the world, just like the drag queens that I saw in Jamaica. That was a wild video, wild video. But yeah, so a lot of the music that I do hear nowadays is inspired by TikTok, but it also brings me back to Beyonce. I was just talking about Beyonce. Like, how are y'all feeling about this Renaissance tour? Like, all the clips have been surfacing, and now I'm not the biggest concert guy, concert goer. I've been to concerts before, but it's not something that I'm just like, oh my God, I have to go to this concert. So, to see, like, I like watching it online, or if I do go to a concert, I don't mind nosebleed seats. I just don't see myself paying $1,000, $600 to stand in the front for a 2-hour show and scream and faint and all that. Like, I'm just not that big of a fan, but I'll definitely sit in the back and, sneak my drinks in and be in the back row jamming as I watch you on this digital screen. Like, I feel like it's just the same. And so, like, but the clips that I've been seeing have just been a little bit lackluster. Now they're saying that it's because she had to get surgery on her foot and whatnot, and maybe that's the reason she's not giving you full out dance. But that's not the dancing Beyonce that I know. That's not the dance Beyonce I know. And if I paid all that money to see the show, I think I would be a little irritated as to, the type of performance that I see, because we know B as a performer, and like, once you take that element away, it's just like, dang, like, what do we have left? So you guys let me know in the comments below what you feel about the whole Renaissance tour. Did you like the album? Does the album match the tour? Like, is your expectations there? Like, because I've been seeing a lot of people say maybe by the time she gets to the US, she'll start changing her shows. Like, but we'll see, because she's not going to be able to go to Brooklyn and just be dull like at the Barclay. That's just not gonna happen. So maybe she's just saving her foot for the right times. But one last thing before I go out of the purple little bag, I want to know, like, what is your feel good song? One of the things that I've learned in these past few weeks, like, there are definitely like pivotal songs that I can listen to and automatically feel better. Like Patti LaBelle's It's a New Day is definitely one. And I think Lettucey's All Right. Like, when I was going through it before mentally, those are the two songs that got me back. So those are actually two songs that really helped me in this process now that I've just been trying to get back to me, like as Fantasia says, back to me. But you know, what are some of the feel good songs that you please list them in the comments below so I can check them out and add them to my playlist accordingly. You know, let me know what your vibe is, man, on this good old day. Like, what is making you feel good? What is making you push through that gym workout, push through the job you hate, push through everything? Like, let me know in the comments below what you know, type of feel good songs you get into, and let's move on into what you watching.
Hey yo, Mushy, what you watching?
Check it out.
On What You Watching, we are here to talk about the things on TV, the movies, and all of that. And since I've been gone, y'all, there has been some stuff that has come out. Now, I've definitely been in my YouTube bag like lately, like watching a lot of creators and stuff like that, just to see how I can elevate my content a little bit better. That's one of the things that I have been working on. But also, besides that, on YouTube, I've been watching a lot of like home renovation videos. I don't know. It's just like I feel like I should be like fixing something or hanging something up. And it's just like I never really wanted to do that type of stuff until now. Like I know eventually I want to get a house. And so like I'm not calling people to fix stuff every time when I know I could probably fix it. So I've been doing that on YouTube a lot. But besides that on YouTube, sorry, like my nose is just itching. How do y'all feel about the writer's strike? As you know, the strike, the writers for all these great shows that we're out here watching, like they're fighting for more pay. Like, and for a lot of times, they're not getting the pay that they should be paid for the projects that they're working on. Like some of these little small series, like they are really hard hitting, and it has to do with the writers. I mean, yes, the actors have something to do with it, but the writing has to come from somewhere. Like you're not just, you know, doing improv or something like that. But short limited series have been my bag lately. I don't know if y'all like them. I don't know if y'all think it's too short. But like Little Fires Everywhere, what is it, Nine Perfect Strangers, what's another one? The Night Of was a limited series that I really enjoyed. The girl across the street from The Lady in the Window, that was like a good one. It's just been a couple of real dope limited series, and I like them because it's just like you kind of like get to come up with the ending on your own. I know there was one, what's the one with that had Jessica Biel in it, that had like 3 seasons, but every season was about a different thing. Sometimes I don't like that, because if the first season didn't do too well, or you know didn't close out well, and then you have a whole nother season, you got to get to know whole new characters and stuff like that. Like I think that's the reason why people fall in love with TV shows. Like you get to just, you know, be these people for the hour or something like that, and it makes you think about relatable situations. So let me know in the comments which shows you're watching. Like what is your show? Like I've been really getting into Abbott Elementary. I'm a little late, like, but I was catching up on Abbott Elementary. Like I really enjoyed that. Law and Order, Law and Order has been so good lately. But they're having a whole bunch of switch ups on the Law and Order cast. Like I know the one girl just came in and now she's already like, they're saying that she's leaving the show already. Like if y'all watch Law and Order, then you know Kat left maybe like 2 seasons ago. Maybe that was last season. She left, but she was like a new cop. And then Mumsy came, but now Mumsy's supposed to leave. And then Amanda Rawlins left the show, but then she's coming back. Like it's just a whole new thing. But I feel like this writer strike will really be impactful. And I remember the last time when the writer strike happened, and I remember that's when reality TV really blew up and blossomed. Now there is room for some better reality shows. Like I think the whole like cast of women, let's meet up at dinner and nail salons and discuss who said what. Like, I feel like that's cool and all, but like, I feel like we've seen that so much. Like, there could be so many other reality type shows that come out. And you know, cheap promo. I'm actually working on a limited series for the podcast network, a dating show of real life stories. So if you have a dating show, go ahead, Tales of Love. Go to CWFnetwork.com and learn more about that. And yeah, I feel like there's just different versions of the show that they can give us. And We'll see though. We'll see how long it lasts. Hopefully they pay these people, like pay these people what they're worth. And that's one of the main reasons I'm still trying to grind on my journey, is because it's just like I've just been trying to get what I'm worth. And it's just like a lot of times it's just people just take advantage and they just want to say, you know what, I'm gonna pay you what I feel like I should pay you. And they don't really be supportive of, the skill that you really possess and what this would be if I wasn't here. Like that's what I think about all the time. But what else we got on here? Did y'all watch the end of Snowfall? I thought that was a real dope way to end the show. um at first I was like, I'm not watching this last season, like blah blah blah. But when you watch a season for a show for 6 seasons, you want to be like, let me just finish this out to see how it ended, because Snowfall had some good seasons. I know around like season 4 it got like a little crazy with that tiger and all that, but it was a really good show. And I think like the rise and fall of Franklin Saint will forever be in the TV books. Like that is top tier TV. That was top tier TV. Like Power has been good. Power Book with Tariq, like Mary and Method Man, they over here acted their ass off. Like, oh man, Monet Tejada, that is a character. That was a character. Method Man, yeah, he's doing a good job. So now we see in Tasha came. Oh my goodness, yo. So I know episodes of 9 and 10 of Power had leaked. So if you ain't seen episode 9, like what are you doing? Like it's already out for real now. But we got to see like a star-studded cast. Like everybody from Power, 2-Bit had came back. Tommy had came back. Tasha was in it. Jasmine, his younger sister was in it. Like it was crazy. I was like, oh shit, like old Power again. Like if they bring Ghost back, which they probably will, like, I mean, why not? The thing about 50 Cent in that Power show, you could really tell like he watched a lot of soaps growing up, because like a lot of the stuff that happens is just like, now that is not real. But in the soap world, like you could die and come back as somebody's evil twin and no one says nothing. So that's the type of route that he's going for. I really like it. I like it. I can't even lie. Like Power has been really good lately. I didn't watch BMF. Let me know if y'all watched that. Not really my show. Million Little Things. That's another show that just ended, man. Let me tell y'all something. If y'all want a show about mental health and like, just about where people are at mentally, friendships, relationships, all that, like A Million Little Things has always been top tier, but their show just ended, I think after 6 seasons, maybe 5 seasons. But if you get a chance, just go ahead and watch that show. Like if you ever known anybody with cancer, watch that show. Like it's a really good show. It's a really good show. But I want to know what you guys are watching. Drop it in the comments so I can come in the comments and join you there. Like, and before we get to the end of this show, let's go on over to the wrap up. All right, guys. Rusty. So please, hopefully you enjoyed this episode of A Story to Tell. And I've just been on here rambling, trying to get back into the groove. So trying to make sure I look dead into this camera, try to make sure I'm not cutting my eyes like I normally do. Yo, listen, they always say I have like a little shady eye roll. And it's just like when I do camera work, that's when I realize what people are talking about. Like, but it's not that. Like sometimes when I'm thinking, I just have to like look around in my brain, which causes my eyes to, anyways. You guys don't care. But thank you again for rocking out with me on The Story to Tell. We are bringing the network back. Like I said, it just took some time. Like after that girl tried to put out a cease and desist letter to me for basically helping her to run a show, like I just didn't understand what my purpose in this whole media game is, because it's like your boy's been rocking out for a long time, and it's just like if I could have just a team to rock out with me, who don't just quit at the drop of a dime. Like that's all I've ever needed. And it sucks because it's just like I really could do this by myself, which I know, but at the end of the day, I've always been a helper. I've always been one to help people, and I never wanted to do it alone. Like I never wanted to do this. The start of Conversation with Friends wasn't alone. The start of CWF Network wasn't alone. Like I couldn't have done this alone, but it's just like, different people have different work ethic towards different situations. So, I just haven't been fortunate enough to find the people that really want to rock out, stick this out, and like make this be a long life dream. Like as we can see, with things like TikTok, with things like Instagram, and people's lives are being changed by just creating content and things like that. And some of the people that I started with back in the day when I was starting my media stuff and as a writer and things like that, they're blowing up. And it's just like I'm watching different people's careers just elevate. And like sometimes I just feel like, bro, like what's happening? Like you really invested all this time into these people, like into helping them, coaching them, and doing all that. And then it's just like they just leave the network and just leave me like deserted. And the thing is, I didn't want to come back on camera with that bitter energy that I had, because listening to the shows from last year, I'm just like, bro, it was just issue after issue. And I'm on this camera trying to be upbeat and be the Mush King that everybody knows. But like behind the scenes, I'm just so frustrated with why people don't get, you know, what I'm trying to do here. Like, it's like I tell the story of me having to walk 4 miles a day and, you know, to a job that paid $11 an hour. And I'm thinking that that's the thing to sell this thing. And it like clearly that's not working. Like people don't value the fact that I literally came up with this whole idea for this network, you know, taught myself everything, worked on everything myself, just so I can come and teach it to you so that your show could be better. Like all people are doing when they come here is literally just turning the mic on and pressing record. After that, I edit, I post it, I promote it, I do all of these things, and then like I don't get that same energy on their side. And when I'm asking for things that are due, like I'm getting a whole bunch of attitude and stuff like that. So we're just working on being better this year. We're working on trying to be a team member, a team player, a great leader, and all of that. And we're just working to just, you know, build the platform that I've always wanted to build, the platform that I've been trying to build, and the platform that, you know, should be built from talented people such as myself, and as the people who I've got in the past, and that's going to be here in the present. So thank you guys for rocking out with me. As you know, a story to tell right here. You can find it right here on CWF Network. Please visit CWFnetwork.com to learn more about the network. Follow me on Instagram, mushking__ and mushking__ I think on TikTok. So go ahead and follow me there. Be sure to subscribe to the CWF Network YouTube channel right here where we're at. And remember, folks, be sure to tell your story, because you never know who's listening, because guess what? Everybody got a story to tell. And bruh, 46 days, I was like processing thoughts, but it took me some time to get back, but I'm back, and I hope you enjoyed it. Catch you next time. I'm out.